All right. So we've done all of the awards except one. And this is, since we've been doing this for a few years, this is like the big one. This is the big one. This is the closer. And the person who received this award is, they mean a whole lot to everything the ABC stands for, has achieved. And without the individual who receives this award, without that individual, we wouldn't be here. No, because people matter on this journey. In this process, this journey that we've been on, even in your own lives, people matter. The quality of the person, the character. Are they patient and willing to sacrifice? All of these admirable qualities that sound corny, but if you don't have them, what you do have is a problem. So it means a lot to me to be able to shine the light brightly on my brother because he is deserving. I'm going to defer to the voice because I know he got something to say.
Our final award for the day is always one of epic proportion. It speaks to the tireless work, innovative ideas, and tremendous commitment put forth by its recipient. Here to present the ABC Transformative Leadership Award to an individual who inspires, elevates, and achieves. Please welcome, along with ABC President Melvin Coleman, please welcome the chair of the ABC's Women's League, Michelle Glover, ABC founder, Michael Hill, and governing board member, Miguel Lloyd.
Miguel. So why don't we, now y'all gotta be brief now. I got three of y'all up here. Okay. Okay, say a word about this brother because he, how can I say, if it wasn't for him, I don't think we would be here the way we are. And not because, his work, which he works very hard, what he allowed to happen. Sometimes in life, you got to allow something to happen. And maybe, it looked like it was set up for you. But if you have that wisdom and that foresight, that's what truly makes you special. That's why he's my main man. But I'm going to give it to you.
Okay, I know I won't, famous words, I won't be before you long. So get comfortable as I do my sermonette on this person. But really, what I think about Markee, I think of a quiet storm. It's someone who's moving, creating opportunities, opening doors. You don't see him in the forefront, but you feel the impact of Markee. And I have been blessed to know him since I think I've been with the Chamber for 8 years now. And every part of that 8 years, again, Markee has supported, the Women's League supported me, but he's moving and doing things that we don't know. And then we're like, hey, how did we get this opportunity? How did we get this grant? How did we get, this funding? And it's because someone's moving behind the scenes. And so it has been an honor to work with you. It's been an honor to watch you lead in the way you have, and it's been an honor to even see you grow as a leader. So I am very honored, thankful to know you and to call you not only colleague, but friend. So thank you, Markee.
So this is how you know, Melvin, I'm always ready for a mic. I had no idea. I'm back there, and they said, oh, Miguel Lloyd, oh, okay, what am I doing? I've been involved in the chamber now 11 years. I'm working on year 11. Michael, when I first moved in 2014, Michael found me somewhere, and I've been here ever since. And Markee was either there at the time or very short thereafter was right in the mix. And the thing about it is, Michelle just spoke to it. This brother is a quiet storm. We love Mel. Mel is much more energetic. He's much more of a showman, right? We know. Am I lying? No, I know I ain't lying. But for those who don't know, this brother has been leading the charge in lockstep with Melvin this entire time. You know, sometimes people walk in the room and because they're somewhat unassuming, you kind of think like, oh, you know, he might be a doormat. Don't play yourself. Markee will let you know what's going to go and what's not going to go. And the thing about it, he'll say it in the exact same tone, right? I'm so glad I'm not one of his children because I wouldn't know, like, am I in trouble or not? I don't know. But I have a lot of respect for this brother. One thing about Markee is that he's not afraid to delegate and let people do their thing. Some people get in leadership roles and it's got to always be about them. They're afraid to let other people shine and do their thing. That is not Markee. So I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your leadership style. I appreciate what you're doing with ABB. I appreciate the work that the team that you helped formulate, and I'm honored to serve with you, brother.
It's interesting that you chose this group right here because, like I said, we didn't even know he was going to be up here, but these two individuals was the handoff. They'll tell you that they were voluntold into their positions. And so that's very interesting, that dynamic and so forth. But I want to first give a shout out to Christy because that journey in those early days, and Melvin was going on to corporate America at that time, and I was just like trying to kind of keep it together, right? And then this man walks into my life, and I can't even remember which event he showed up at. I don't know if it was a women's league event or something. It's just like, this dude was just like, hey, I want to follow you wherever you want to go. I want to just hang around you. You know what I'm saying? And I was just kind of like, yeah, okay. But no, he was there. And he watched and he was supportive. He was like, anything that you need, as he was journeying through his decisions in terms of what he wanted to do business-wise. And I was just happy to be a part of that journey. And again, thank you, Christy, for giving him to us for those years. And it got to the point where it's like, okay, it's time for me to transition. I have to do something different. And this is the guy that I want to pass the torch to, even though he wasn't ready. And he got voluntold that you're going to be the next president of the Atlanta Black Chamber. And he took it on. But Markee was at a point right now that he was getting ready to blow up. He started going into the tax. He was transitioning out of insurance, getting ready to go to taxes is a big thing. And luckily, Melvin was transitioning out of the corporate thing and coming back. I said, Melvin, I got this brother. I threw him into the position. That conversation took place later, but I tricked Melvin to come to an event. And at this event, they was awarding me because I was getting ready to leave, and Melvin was in the room. I said, I want you to meet this brother right here, Markee Tate. And they met, they clicked, and then I had a sidebar with Melvin. I said, listen, I need you to support this brother. He's getting ready to he's doing a couple of things, but I think together you guys can grow this organization to the next level, and history has been made. So again, when I say that you guys are my vision, I'm proud of you. This brother right here, his spirit, that non-competitiveness, that even till, that's what this organization needed at that time. But when you put him with him, we got this. You know what I'm saying? But again, Christy, thank you. Because without our wives, you guys, we wouldn't be here today. And Markee, my brother, all due respect, I appreciate all that you've done. I appreciate all the years of support, and you're the most deserving of this award. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to your feet and welcome the governing board chair of the Atlanta Black Chambers and this year's Transformative Leadership Award winner, Markee Tate.
Hello, no, mic check. Hey, I'm emotional right now, but I'm gonna try to talk. It's definitely a great honor to be honored. I've definitely been a person that has tried to stay in the background, except when it comes to public policy, by the way. This is just definitely such a great honor. I joined the chamber right outside in the hallway. I don't know if you remember, where's Michael? There he's sitting. I don't know if you remember, but I joined right outside in the hallway some 14 years ago. In March of, that was what, 2010, I joined this chamber looking for an organization that I could call home, and I found it. Prior to me joining the organization, I visited most of the chambers in the Atlanta metropolitan area, or at least all the big ones, the DeKalb, Metro Atlanta, Henry County, where I live. And I didn't see a home for me. When I made that first phone call from researching other black organizations, I found the Atlanta Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce's website. And I saw that phone number. And I dialed that phone number, and Michael Hill picked up that phone. And the conversation that we had, I said, hey, this could be the place for me. So I came out to my first function, came out to a general body meeting, is what Michael was talking about. And having a business partner from Tennessee, my first cousin, told me, he said, hey, you need to find you a mentor in this city if you're looking to be a true entrepreneur. And after that conversation, we had a general body meeting at the time, which are now the First Friday events and so forth. And after the general body meeting, I walked up to Michael, like you said a minute ago, I got close to him. I said, hey, I want to hang out with you. I want to go where you go, and that's where it started. At the time, my business ended up failing. And I remember going home talking to my wife, Christy, and I said, I think I want to get more involved in the chamber. And she was like, how much money is that? Well, it's not much money. It's more of a volunteer type position. But time went on, and I got more involved in the chamber, and I moved into a role of director of membership, moved into a role of vice president of corporate affairs, and then into full-fledged vice president. And along the way, Michael mentioned this one guy named Melvin Coleman. And Melvin had gone back to corporate America, like Michael said. And upon the transition of becoming president and CEO in 2016, I think that was about a year or so period, and Michael mentioned it to me. I was like, no, man, I don't want to do that. I just want to be here to support you. And after many, many conversations of talking to Michael about the start of the organization back in January of 2005 and the formation of the 501c6, and from Michael telling me about his conversations to the late, the great Joe Johnson about having a 501c6, having a 501c3, and having a 501c4, I said, okay. When I became president and CEO, that was one of my missions, to fulfill that original conversation Michael had with Joe Johnson and many others before we started the organization, to start a 501c4, a 501c3. So one of my first missions was talking to Oliver Dorsey, the late Oliver Dorsey. Oliver was a specialist in the nonprofit industry, and I sat down with Oliver. I said, hey, let's start. We need an Atlanta Black Chambers Foundation. Can you help us start this foundation? So that's where Joyce Rhodes actually came in as the president of the foundation. And that last piece was that 501c4. And coming from Tennessee, I worked in state government for almost 10 years and working with state legislators in Tennessee to accomplish what I was doing with Tennessee State Parks. I wanted to bring that experience here also. But I was running from government because as a state employee, you're one of the lowest paid employees of the local and the federal government. But I always wanted to bring that back to the chamber. So once Michael told me that about the 501c4, that stuck in my head. So now we have an Advancing Black Businesses Foundation, to where we have a village of organizations that are here to support you as members of the Atlanta Black Chambers. Just like there's that old saying, you need a village to raise a kid, or you need a village of organizations to support Black entrepreneurs. You need a village of organizations, and that was one of my missions, is to develop the organization in that manner. And I want to close because I'm going to start rambling because I'm kind of emotional right now. But I just want to end on this. For one is, I'd like to thank my wife for being there for me and allowing me when I probably should have walked back to corporate America. And one thing pushed me. We got to that point to where we were starving financially. And I knew that it wasn't the right thing to do to go back into corporate America. And she told me, because my dad is right here and my stepmom, she made a comment, and you probably remember that, I'm gonna call your daddy if you don't do something. But anyway, let me bounce back to this man back here, Melvin Coleman. Melvin and Michael, you're my brothers. I love both of y'all, man. We have some powerful conversations. Melvin coming back to the chamber, because Michael had the conversation with Melvin, and I want to take credit for this. I'm going to be kind of selfish when I say this, but coming back from, or leaving, I own a tax company, and so this is my busy season. So before I went into my busy season, going into a board meeting, and some of the original board members may remember this, and Melvin and I was coming around the corner in one of the corners in the gathering spot, and I said, Melvin, I don't know if you remember this, but I said, hey, just follow me and just listen. In this board, I'm going to make a motion. At that time of the upcoming meeting, I made a motion to make Melvin the executive director of this organization. And definitely now the rest is history. So that's what made me the most transformative in this organization, is finding a person, or not really finding a person, Melvin coming back to this organization. So you are my brother. I love you and Michael. So thank you so much for what you have done in my life. Thank you, Melvin. So I actually had a speech written, and I'm kind of emotional. I don't really know what to say, but there's many people that have been here for me. I know Raquel Hill, I know you're in the room. Thank you so much for your support. the governing board of this organization, the original governing board of this organization. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. I know we have the board members from Advancing Black Businesses here. Thank you so much for your support of me and putting up with me. So thank you so much. I'm rambling, y'all, because I'm kind of nervous, but I'll finish on this. Michelle mentioned about grant dollars, if you don't mind, Melvin. Grant dollars that we look to apply for, we dreamed about many years ago, Michael. So I do want to, just leave with an official announcement. The SBA on yesterday, and Paula Watts, if you could come up. I know Crystal Spellman is not here. Michelle, you already up. You already. Who else? Melvin Coleman, Richard Brooks. We were awarded the SBA Women Business Center grant for $750,000 on yesterday. Joyce Rhodes, come on up. You were a major piece. And the award is for the Atlanta Black Chambers Foundation. Come on up, Ms. President. All right. I know I had a list of names that I wanted to mention, but I'll just close on that. I just want to close on a transformative thought with this grant from the Women's Business Center. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it.